on independent research ethics societies, brainstorming, knowledge sharing, journey of Ayus Samriddhi, which has been now continuously running and achieved with due to your cooperation, inspiration, motivation as a resource person, and involvement, psychological and as well as physical, virtually, we have been able to achieve the milestone of 422. Welcome, Dr. Brajesh ji, welcome. So welcome Vishnu Prasad Sharma sir, welcome both the speakers today, Dr. Neelakshi ji, Dr. Lakshmi ji. One is from south and one is from east. All corners. Maharshi Agnivesh Krite Tantre, Charak Prati Sanskrite. So we are celebrating the birth celebration of three Honorable Maharshi Charak, who inspired us and which text is now our career, whole career and life. So thank you for joining again. I would like to request Professor V.P. Sharma ji, Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji, President Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad Assam and former Principal, Government Ayurvedic College Guwahati. Welcome, sir, for your initial welcome address. Welcome, sir.
Okay, namaskar. Thank you. Good evening to everybody. Respected Professor V.K. Agnihotri ji, respected Dr. Pawan Kumar Sharma ji, distinguished guests, eminent speaker, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome all the eminent speaker, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to this evening webinar on concept of JANAPADODHWAMSA in view of Charakacharya. So in this webinar today we have eminent speaker, Dr. Lekshmy M L from MANGLORE, Dr. Neelakshi Dev Choudhury from GUWAHATI, Assam. I welcome all the eminent speaker, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to this today's important evening webinar on concept of JANAPADODHWAMSA in view of Charakacharya. Once again, I welcome all of you. Thank you. Namaskar. Over to Pawanji. आपका साउंड नहीं आ रहा है.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to request Professor Agnihotre sir for his initial comments.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Pawan Sharma ji. Namaskar. Our respect to Professor Vishnu Prasad ji and especially Professor O.P. Gupta ji, our senior one, and Professor Ramdas ji and all the dignitaries, those who have joined today's webinar. See the fun. It is 422. That makes 4 plus 2 plus 2 is 8. So Ashtanga Ayurveda. Now, how we are step by step reaching towards the concept of Charak Samriddhi as per the given by Acharya Maharshi Charak ji and all other disciples. One more funny thing is this, that either we go for the 6 disciples on Bharadwaj ji, on 6 disciples of this Dhanvantri section. It's hard to find any female, but luckily we are fortunate enough that both the guest speakers are females. Now it was great injustice. It was great injustice done in past regarding all the Sangitas. Though Maharshi Kashyap also talked about the whole of the scenario regarding the Prasuti and Ballok. But our females were not. This is the independent India, and we are celebrating the 75th Amrit Mahotsav just coming next week, the Independence Day. So on that very occasion, or in the commemoration of that occasion, we have got proud enough that our female sector has cooperated us wholeheartedly to come forward to comment upon that epic that Charak Sangita, which is now going to have today 5th day consecutively 1, 2, 3, 4. So today it's the 5th, but in continuation is 4 plus 2 plus 2, that is 8. So our respect and we extend our heartfelt welcome to our guest speakers, that they are going to enlighten us as usual as our previous speakers, right from the Charak ceremony to studies discussion. It will, the same mashal, the same torch will continue lighting and giving the light to all the listeners of today's platform, online YouTube persons, and those who will visit the archives. So thank you very much. As far as the subject is concerned, I touched the area. Acharya Charak touched all the stang of Ayurveda. So you people are going to do the same. Thank you very much. We will love to listen to you. Thank you. Over to Pawan Sharma ji.
Thank you very much, sir. Before calling Dr. Lakshmi, I would like to welcome Dr. Thuchitav and Dr. Dhammike from Sri Lanka. Both are today here. Welcome, both of you. And now I would like to request Kamlesh Kumar Dwivedi ji, Swagatam, Swagatam. He is Sanchar Pramukh of Vishwa Ayurveda Prasad. I would like to request you, Kamlesh Kumar Dwivedi ji, to initiate the inspiration. आदरणीय कमलेश कुमार द्विवेदी जी से आग्रह है कि शुरुआत के उनके आशीर्वचन मंच को मिले।
नमस्कार।
आदरणीय कमलेश कुमार द्विवेदी जी।
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार, नमस्कार सर। मेरी आवाज आप तक पहुंच रही है सर?
जी सर, आ रही है।
शायद कमलेश कुमार द्विवेदी जी कहीं व्यस्त हैं, हम उन्हें सुनेंगे। उसके पहले मैं डॉक्टर लक्ष्मी जी को आमंत्रित करता हूं। डॉक्टर लक्ष्मी has sent me the PowerPoint, so I can also present. Dr. Lekshmy M L is Assistant Professor, Department of Samhita and Siddhant, Prasanna College of Ayurveda and Hospital, Mangalore. Welcome, welcome. God bless you. Within short notice, you are with us. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, sir. Namaste, sir.
Now, stage is yours.
Good evening to all respected dignitaries. First of all, I would like to thank all the organizers and the teachers for giving me a chance to present the topic. Sir, myself, Dr. Lekshmy M L, from Prasanna College of Ayurveda, and the topic is concept of JANAPADODHWAMSA in the view of Charakacharya. Sir, PPT. Sir,
I have shared. No, you can share, you can share. You are sharing?
No, sir, no, sir.
Then I am sharing. Just Is it visible?
Sir, visible, sir. Then moving to the topic, the topic JANAPADODHWAMSA in the view of Charakacharya. Next, we can see what is JANAPADODHWAMSA. Janapada means community and Udvamsa means destruction. So anything which can cause a destruction of the community can be called as JANAPADODHWAMSA. Then we are moving to, as per Acharya Chakrabani, there are two Vyadhi Hedus can be classified into two, Sadharana Vyadhi Hedu and Asadharana Vyadhi Hedu. Asadharana Vyadhi Hedu include those Hedus which are particular for an individual, which may include the Nitya Ahara Viharas of an individual, which can lead to the Tridosha Kopas. And so the Asadharana Hedus include Vada, Pitta and Kapha. Sadharana Hedu means even though there is in a community, even though there may be dissimilarity with respect to constitution and other characteristics of the individual, there are some common factors which can adversely affect and can result in a simultaneous outbreak of diseases having similar symptoms and that can destroy communities. Such factors are called as Sadharana Hedus. And the Sadharana Hedus include Vayu, Udaka, Desha, and Kala. And these can destruct a community, and so all these factors can be called as Janapado-Dvamsakara bhavas. Among the 4 Janapado-Dvamsakara bhavas, Kala is the superior one. Then we will move to the Purva Rupa. How we can identify whether a Janapado-Dvamsa Vyadhi is going to occur? How we can identify the premonitory symptoms of Janapado-Dvamsa Vyadhi? We can identify those symptoms. We can identify the prior occurrence of those disorders by observing the abnormal conditions of the stars, planets, moon, sun, wind, fire, and the direction seems to give us ominous signs that there is going to be a derangement of the seasons. It can be called as Ritu Vaikarika bhavas going to occur. Then what is this Ritu Vaikarika bhava? Means anything which can cause a defect in the season. The Ritu Vaikarika bhava not only means the effect of season only, it also includes the effect of Udaka, Desha, and Vayu also. Next, let us see the vitiated features of each one in detail. First one is the Dushita Vayu features. The Anarogyakara Vada features include the air that is not in conformity with the season, that is Yatharthu Vishama. And that air will be Adistimida, Adichala, Adiparusha, Adishida, Atyushna, Adiruksha, Atyabhishandi, Adibhairava Aravam, Adipradihadam. Then there may be clashing with each other. Then Adikundalinam, that is cyclones may occur, and it may be associated with unwholesome odor, moisture, sand, dust, and smoke. These are the features of Anarogyakara Vada as per Acharya Charaka. Next, we will move to the Dushita Udaka Lakshana. Next is Dushita Udaka Lakshana. If the Udaka or water is vitiated, we can say that, sir, next slide, sir. We can say that if the water is vitiated, there will be abnormality in the Gandha, Varna, Rasa, and Sparsha of the water. Also, there may be Kleda Bahulata we can observe, that is excessive stickiness, and that particular water body will be devoid of aquatic animals and birds, or there we can observe the drying up of the water reservoirs we can observe, and that there will be apridikara, that is without any pleasantness, and all the normal attributes of the water body will be gone. The normal attributes will not be there. Next, we can see the Dushita Desha Lakshana. Dushita Desha Lakshana include the abnormality of the normal Varna, Gandha, Rasa, and Parsha of the Desha. And there will also be we can observe the Kleda Bahulata there also, and this Desha will be inhabited by creatures like serpents, beasts, mosquitoes, flies, birds, and animals such as jackal, and it will be inhabited by so many such animals, and the wind blowing in that particular desha will be smoky, and in that desha we can observe the unusual cries of birds and dogs. Also, we can see the herds of animals and flocks of birds of various kinds, and they are always in a state of panic and pain. And in such a desha, the people will be the people's virtues like religion, truth, modesty, custom, character, everything have been declined. We can see these features also. Sir, in next slide, sir. Along with these features, the people's virtues will be gone, and along with these features, we can observe the water bodies in water reservoirs in these areas will be overflowing, or there will be altered flow, and there will be thunderbolts or earthquakes, and the nature is full of menacing sounds and sights, and the sun, moon, and stars at that places will be covered, and we can observe the general atmosphere and that of that particular desha is full of constant confusion, excitement and lamentation, and there will be crying, frightness and darkness as if it is seized by the Guhyaka. These are the general Dushita Desha features. Now we will move to the Dushita Kala features. In Dushita Kala, we can observe the characteristics which are opposite to the normal features of the Kala, or there will be excessive or deficient characteristics of a particular season. For example, in rainy season, we can observe either early rains will be there or too little rain. For example, in summer season, the hotness will be excessive, or in winter season, the coldness will be more. Like that, the opposite and normal opposite to the normal features or excessive or deficient features can be seen. Among the four factors, Kala, Dushita Kala is the most superior factor for factor in the among the four. Dushita Kala is the most superior factor. Now we are moving to see what is the root cause for the Janapadodwamsa Vyadhis. We can say that adharma and the asat karmas done in the previous life are the root cause for Janapadodwamsa Vyadhis, and the root cause for adharma and asat karma, both these are the prajnaparada. So Prajnaparada is the root cause behind the Janapadodwamsa Vyadhi as per Acharya Charaka. This Prajnaparada can cause both internal and external disorders. That means it can cause a Janapadodwamsa Vyadhi, and Prajnaparada can also cause the derangement in doshas inside our body also. Along with these, Dushita, Vada, Udaga, Desha and Kala, next slide, sir. There are some other factors which can cause destruction of the community. And sir, next slide, sir. Along with the Dushita Desha, Kala, Udaga and Vayu, some other factors are there which can cause a destruction of a community, and those factors include Shastra Prabhava, Rekshoganadi and Abhishaba Prabhava. These also are told by Acharya Charaka. Shastra Prabhava include those destruction of the a community of people due to weapon, and it is said that due to increased lobha, krodha and moha, the people starts attacking each other with weapons and results in the destruction of a community. And Rekshoganadi include destruction by demons, germs and viruses, and these results in the destruction of a community. Abhishaba Prabhava include due to disrespect towards Gurujana, elders, etc. There will be the destruction of the community due to the curse by these respected persons. In these three also, adharma is the root cause for causing diseases. From here, we can make it clear that along with the natural disasters, Acharya Charaka has included some man-made disasters also along with the Janapadodwamsaniya concept. Next, we can say the etiological factors for Janapadodwamsa Vyadhi as two: Niyata Atanga Paryaya Hetu and Aniyata Atanga Paryaya Hetu. Niyata Atanga Paryaya Hetu include those inevitable factors like natural disasters and the changes in the season, like that. And Aniyata Atanga Paryaya Hetu include the hazards caused by man-made hazards can be included under Aniyata Atanga Paryaya. These in broad sense we can consider these two as the etiological factors for the Janapadodwamsaniya diseases. Next, what are the remedial measures told by Acharya Charaka for Janapadodwamsa Vyadhis? The aim of Ayurveda is Swasthya Samrakshanam and Adurasya Vigara Prashamanam. Both the aims are highlighted in this Janapadodwamsaniya Adhyaya. As a preventive measure, Acharya have told that if one is having a habit of taking Bheshajas prior to the occurrence of a disease, that is one is taking a medicine prior to the occurrence of a Janapadodwamsa Vyadhi, that is for a preventive measure, there will be he will not be affected by the disease. Bheshajena Ubabadhya Mananam Abhayam Bhavati Rogebhyava. Yogebhya. One who is having a habit of taking preventive medicines regularly, he will not be affected by any diseases. Even if there is a Janapatodwamsa Vyadhi is there, or if it is there or not there, he will not be affected. Next regarding the curative aspects. Acharya Charaka have told that for curative aspect, we can treat the disease with medicines which we have collected previously before the occurrence of the Janapatodwamsa Vyadhi. Because once the Janapatodwamsa Vyadhi has occurred, the drugs and medicines, its rasa, virya, guna, vibhaga, everything will be affected due to the dushita desha, kala, etc. So, if by seeing the premonitory symptoms like changes in the nakshatra, moon, etc., we should collect the medicines then itself. That is, previously collected medicine should be needed to treat the Janapatodwamsa Vyadhi. If once we have a good collection of previously collected and processed medicine is there, we can definitely treat the Janapatodwamsa Vyadhi. So we can conclude the treatment measures told by Acharya Charaka for Janapatodwamsa under 3 headings: Shikti Vyabhasraya Chikitsa, Sattva Avajaya Chikitsa, and Deva Vyabhasraya Chikitsa. Now let us see which are the treatments. First of all, Panchakarma is advised. Then Rasayanas prepared with the Purvam Udrida Bheshaja is advised. Then Satyam, Bhudedeya, Dana, Beli, Devadarchana, Savritta Palana, devotion to God, Brahmacharya, befriending great sages and Sattviga persons, Dharma Shastra Kadana, all these are included for the treatment measures under Janapatodwamsa Vyadhi. Next, we can see these are the concepts told by Acharya Charaka regarding the Janapatodwamsa. So now let us see in modern views what all things can be included under the heading Janapatodwamsa. Here, on analyzing, we can see that the natural disasters, epidemics, pandemics, concept of pollution and man-made hazards can be included under this concept. And the natural disasters means those which causing depletion to the nature. And it can be classified under 5 headings. The natural disasters can be classified under 5 headings, and it includes geophysical, hydrological, meteorological, climatological, and biological disasters. Sir, next slide. The geophysical disaster include earthquake, volcano, tsunami, etc. All these can be included under geophysical. And as per Ayurvedic view, it can be included under the geophysical can be included under the Dushita Desha Lakshana. Hydrological include flood, landslides, wave actions like over oceans, etc. And these can be included under the Dushita Udaga concept as per Charakacharya. Meteorological disasters include cyclones, extreme temperature, lightning, storms, etc. And these can be included under the Dushita Vada conditions. And climatological factors like drought, extreme cold, hot, forest wildfire, etc. can be included under the Dushita Kala told by Charakacharya. Then next is the biological disasters. It includes epidemics and insect manifestations. Here also both the Dushita Udaka and Dushita Vada features can be seen. Next, what is the term epidemic disease means the occurrence of illness or specific health related behavior or other health related events clearly in a community or a region. And pandemic disease means an epidemic occurring over a wide area, crossing the international boundaries and usually affecting a large number of people. Then next is the regarding pollution. Pollution can also be called as an environment. It is also called as environmental pollution, and it means the addition of any substance or any form of energy to the environment at a rate faster than it can be dispersed, diluted, decomposed, recycled, or stored in some harmless form. The major kinds of pollution usually classified by the environment are air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. in our modern society, some other pollutions are, we can mention, they are noise pollution, light pollution, and plastic pollution also. This concept of pollution or environmental pollution can also be included under the Janapadaodvamsa bhavas. Next is the man-made hazards, like those from accidents, industrial road accidents, or in mines, oil spills, etc. Then chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear hazards. These can also be included under the Janapadaodvamsa, where Acharya Charaka have mentioned Shastra Prabhava, then Rekshoganadi Prabhava, like that, in correlation with this. Recently, the COVID-19 pandemic ever occurred in our world. It can also be correlated to the Janapadaodvamsa. This pandemic can be correlated to Janapadaodvamsa. Here we can say that the factors affected can be Desha, Vata, and Kala. All the three factors have affected here, like that we can say. From all these, we can move to a conclusion that the vitiated environmental factors such as Vayu, Udaka, Desha, and Kala are the sum of the various calamitous acts of the nature that result in the significant death toll all over the world. And we could justify the attribution of karma given by Acharya Charaka as a cause of the vitiation. And we can say that the concept of Janapadaodvamsa by Acharya Charaka cannot be totally interpreted as a study of epidemics or diseases. It can include environmental changes caused by various pollutions leading to depletion of natural sources, and also changes due to human interference with bioecology in which he lives. By all these, I am concluding the topic. Thank you.
Excellent, Dr. Lakshmi, excellent. Great. You have covered almost everything about Janapadaodvamsa and the Charak's vision about Janapadaodvamsa. And we have faced, just now COVID-19 we have faced. That is really a great Janapadaodvamsa due to any man-made hazard. That was the under category of China, man-made hazard, but spreaded beyond the boundaries of Desh, Kal, and Path. So thank you very much. Agnihotri sir.
Namaskar, Pawan Sharma ji. Thank you. We were just listening Dr. Lakshmi's address, which was confining to the Janapadaodvamsa concept described in Charak Samhita. Very fastly, she covered the whole of the area. She touched all the possible, say, etiological factors, especially man-made hazards. That is very important, because the message for man itself, animal, cattle, and plants, they are not making any hazard. So very naturally, it is we people, we have to see, we have to, we are supposed to be aware, and we are supposed to be alarmed. She also talked about the geographical, geophysical disasters, meteorological disasters, biological disasters, and converting in the form of the epidemics and pandemics. So very good. Thanks a lot. Our greetings to Dr. Lakshmi. I just send a small message that you can make a speed a little bit slow down, because you are going fast as if you are scared for the time limit. It's not nice. When you are holding the platform, the time is yours. Unless any one of us say that you please conclude. So it's a wonderful, and it's a very good information to all the students that how they should interpret the textual part which is there in the Samhita. So thank you very much. Over to Dr. Pawan Sharma ji.
Really, I am grateful to Dr. Lakshmi that she has introduced two speakers also for Samhita. We welcome her. Every day we will be welcoming whenever she wants to join. This platform is yours, Dr. Lakshmi, and your Neelakshi ji. This platform is not mine or ours. This is yours. So please, I would like to request now Dr. Neelakshi Dev Choudhury ji from Government Ayurvedic College, Assam. She is Assistant Professor of Department of Samhita, Sanskrit and Siddhant. Welcome, madam. As you have blessed the platform one day before, Welcome, and please do join every day whenever you have time and topic of your choice. Welcome. Now stage is yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for a grand welcome.
Welcome, welcome, madam. Welcome. You can proceed.
Sir, am I audible?
Loud and clear. You please continue.
Respected Dr. Pawan Kumar Sharma, sir. Respected Professor Vishnu Prasad Sharma, sir. Respected Professor Vinit Agnihotri, sir. Respected O.P. Gupta, sir. My co-speaker, Dr. Lakshmi. It is a good privilege for me to be a part of Maharshi Charak Jayanti Mahotsav, organized by IRES Ayus Samriddhi. I offer my heartiest thanks to Dr. Pawan Kumar Sharma, sir, and to all my teachers for inviting me to speak on this webinar. After a hearty lecture from Dr. Lekshmy L, I now would like to converse on the applications of the unique concepts of Charak Samhita. Charak Samhita is a great and wonderful treatise of Ayurveda, which has brought a unique system of treatment to the world, preventive and cure. Hita hitang sukhang dukhang ayus tasya hita hitam manang satasya yatro tatma ayurved sayuchati. Ayurveda is the science of life, which shows 4 types of ayu: hit ayu, ahit ayu, sukh ayu, and dukh ayu. Hit ayu is the ayu which is adopted for a good life. It has proper knowledge and the person follows a good conduct. Ahit ayu is the ayu adopting an unhealthy life, showing defective personalities. Sukh ayu is the happy state of life with optimism and proper strength of sharir and man. There is proper gyan, dhyan, and prasanna of atma and man. The dukh ayu causes ill health, imbalance of sharir and man. Sharir Indriya Sattva Atma Sangyoga Dhari Jivitam Nityaga cha Anubandha cha Paryayu Uchyate. Charak mentions that Ayu is the complex structure formed by the conglomeration of Sharir, Indriya, Sattva, and Atma. And Nitya and Anubandha are its synonyms. So the aim of Ayurveda is to preserve the health and treat the disease. Health can be achieved by Samadosha, Sama Agnischa, Samadhatu, Malakriya, Prasanna Atma Indriya Mana, Swastha Itya Vidyate. So we can say the person is having a normal health when the condition of the doshas, the Agni, the Dhatu, the Malakriya, along with the prasanna state of Atma, Indriya, and Man persists, is said to possess a healthy life. Now, why do we need a healthy life? Again, Charaka says, for achieving dharma, artha, kama, moksha, it is imperative to possess the best of health. So these are the principles advocated by Charak Samhita. The present era shows a rapid rise of diseases, both curable and incurable ones. We know that when a person is affected by ailments, the quality of life is affected, the productivity is hampered, and it affects the productivity of the nation. So on the occasion of Maharshi Charak Jayanti Mahotsav, let us revive and recapitulate the preventive and curative principles advocated by Charak Samhita for attaining optimum state of health. Charak Samhita describes the methods to maintain the health. The preventive health methods are described vividly in Sutrasthana, Dinacharya, Ritucharya, Ratricharya, etc. And the curative health principles are mentioned in Chikitsasthana, Kalpasthana, Siddhis Town. And the diseases along with the diagnosis are mentioned in Nidansthana. So I offer my salutations to Maharshi Charak for laying down the beautiful concepts of treatment of disease in Chikitsasthana by advocating Shamana and Shodhana, and also appropriate Ahar Vihar, Patya Apatya. It is indeed a unique science where the whole system is involved, right from the diet to the regime, to the medicines, and to the therapies for elimination of the doshas, so that the disease does not occur again and the whole body heals up by the therapies. Charak Samhita also mentions the various herbs, the formulations, and the methods of preparing the decoctions, the ways of collection of herbs, the storage. Everything is very scientifically mentioned. It also mentions the drugs, the guna, the karma, the virja, the vipak, the mode of action of the principles of the drug are mentioned. The most important concept to cure disease is a Shodhan therapy. All the drugs mentioned in Shodhan therapy are described in the Sutrasthana of Charak Samhita, the Panchakarmia drugs, the drugs used for Panchakarma, and Kalpasthana and Siddhis Town. Kalpasthana specifically, it mentions the drugs indicated for Vaman and Virechan. Charak has very well described the different drugs for Vaman and Virechan as per their strength, as per their karma, as per their doses, and he has classified the drastic purgatives, the mild laxatives, the drastic emetics, and the mode of preparing this Vamak Oshadis, the Virechan Oshadis, so that the patient can take the drug, absorb it in the system, and expel out the toxic materials. The toxicity, the method of purification, all have been described very beautifully and scientifically. The proper collection of the drugs, their purification. Moreover, the author has taken into account the palatability state. We know that patients will not take a drug so easily if he doesn't find the taste, the smell palatable. So every drug, be it Vamak or Virechak, it has been transformed either to a leha, either to a ras, or adding sweetening agents, or different compounds are added so that the patient finds it palatable and easy to and takes the drug. And moreover, various decoctions are added to increase the efficacy of the drug as per the respective doses involved. So this is a unique contribution, and all the adverse effects of the drug have been mentioned, and what are where Vaman and Virechan has to be given as per the principal advice in Chikitsasthana are mentioned. The method of administration and of Vaman and Virechan Oshadis are also mentioned very vividly in Kalpasthana, and Kalpasthana comes before Siddhis Town. Why? Because before going for the other steps, the first two steps, Vaman and Virechan, should be done. And before doing Vaman and Virechan, you have to prepare the drug very scientifically. Next, we come to the Siddhis Town. The Siddhis Town is a unique contribution of Charak Samhita, which shows the best way of performing Panchakarma, Shodhan therapy, for elimination of aggravated doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha from the body. Now we know that Panchakarma is mentioned also in other treatises, but Charak Samhita is the only treatise which is utilizing which is advising Panchakarma to get the best effects. So that is why Siddhis Town aims at getting the best results from Panchakarma. Moreover, it teaches the physicians of Ayurveda the proper mode of administration, the proper indications of the therapy, whom to select for what Panchakarma, as per the disease, and whom should be contraindicated, and what are the proper signs. How do we know that we have achieved a proper virechan? How do we know that Vasti has been achieved? And they also mentioned that if a physician is ignorant, then there is every risk of getting complications. So the complications too also have been mentioned, so that the physician is well versed. He can know that, okay, I have done this mistake, so this is the adverse effect which is showing on the patient. Everything is very scientific. Moreover, the proper method of administrating Vasti, Nashya, everything has been written very properly. So that the physician can find out the faults arising to the defective administration. After seeing the defects, you cannot leave the patient behind. How to address the faults, how to cure them, how to rectify them, everything has been very well mentioned in Siddhis Town. So this Charak Samhita shows us the way to treat many chronic ailments with better efficacy. This helps us to keep our dosh, dhatu, mal, prasanna, and atma, man, and the indriyas in a prasanna state, if there is a proper shodhan therapy. Moreover, we can also, the concept of achar rasayan, sadbrit, the physiology of the mind, the atma, has paved, which are mentioned in Sutrastan, has paved the way for a better approach to deal with mental disorders by Ayurveda. The concept of rasayan, the mention of drugs like Chavanprash, Amlaki rasayan, Brahmi rasayan, Medya rasayan, have shown us the way for proper geriatric healthcare and also for preventing oxidative damage in the body. The Vajikaran chapters show us the way for achieving proper progeny and for eliminating infertility. The Charak Samhita also maintains the physiology, the pathological state of body and mind, the concept of Agni metabolism, Prakriti, and the methods of examination of disease and the patient. With these few words, I'd like to conclude my deliberation. Thank you for a patient hearing. I thank all the organizers. I thank Dr. Pavan Kumar Sharma sir. I thank Dr. V.P. Sharma sir, Dr. O.P. Gupta sir, Dr. Agnihotri sir for a patient hearing. I thank all the respected dignitaries, all the invited guests. This was just a brief outline. The concepts of Charak Samhita are vast, but due to shortage of time, I made it very short, and we look forward to have further discussions on the applied aspect of Charak Samhita in the near future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Neelakshi ji. I am grateful to Dr. Sharma that he has introduced me to such a nice speaker. Please do join whenever you have time and topic of your choice. Please do join us.
Thank you so much, sir. I shall.
Thank you very much.
I shall join.
In very brief, you have explained everything about Charak Samhita. Really nice.
Thank you so much, sir.
Dr. Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji.
Dr. Sahab, namaskar. And accept. Hello.
Your comments on the lecture, sir.
Acha. Okay. So, first of all, Dr. Lakshmi M L, she delivered very wonderful lecture. She nicely described regarding Dosito, Deso, Dosito, Kalo, root cause of Janapada, Dhangsa Vyadis, etiological factors, remedial measure, preventive, curative. Very nicely she explained. I offer my sincere thanks to Dr. Lakshmi M L for wonderful presentation. Next, I would like to offer my sincere thanks to Dr. Neelakshi Dev Choudhury. Within short time, she delivered a very beautiful lecture regarding Charak Samhita in all the chapters. She has given stress regarding how we can prevent our health through Charak, whatever mentioned in our Charak Samhita, whatever herbs mentioned, and whatever Sodhan therapy, and whatever this decoction mentioned in our Charak Samhita to maintain our health and to cure the disease also. So thank you, Neelakshi Dev Choudhury, for your wonderful deliberation. Thank you to all. Over to Pawanji.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for both the speakers. And now I would like to hand over the stage to Professor V.K. Agnihotri ji, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I was celebrating father-in-law's 82th birthday, and now I am moving to my house. Welcome, I am with you in the moving stage. Tomorrow morning, I will be moving to Mathura. So we will be meeting tomorrow from Mathura. 2 webinars are there tomorrow. So today, Agnihotri sir.
Thank you, Namaskar. Thank you, Dr. Pawan Sharma ji. You are as busy as Maharshi Charak was busy for redacting the Charak Samhita. By one leg you are Calcutta, by other leg you are Banaras, by other leg you are Haridwar, then again you are in the aeroplane, then again you are conducting and compiling all the persons in one Sutre Manigana Iva. In one sutra, all the Manya has been given with a tie that they should remain united. Well, first of all, I would like to say that Neelakshi Dev Choudhury is a very respectful person. She is really, the way she started, she is really very, very respectful person. And again, she is a cool one. Very simply, as if she is paying full attention to all the students, and starting right from Hitahitam Sukham Dukkham to Sharirindi Sattatma to Samdosha Samaniksha, the way he just introduced and propagated the basic concept of Ayurveda mentioned there in Charak Samhita. And when she entered into the subject, she touched all the areas, especially 3 parts. The one is for the preventive medicine, as far as the Sutra Sthan is concerned. Then as the therapy and treatment is concerned, Kalpa and Siddhi. And again, as far as the diagnosis is concerned, the Nidan Sthan. I was very attentively listening her that how the Charak Samhita can be made interested in teaching. So she made her fullest approach. As yesterday, Professor Bharatji was explaining all these things in the terminology of modern medicine, understandable to them. So very good. And she also underlined the importance of this Sanshodhan Chikitsa, which is really a great part of Ayurveda, known as Panchakarma therapy. So Siddhis Town, Kalpasthan are our great tools, where the plain system, like our decoctions and other things, are not becoming so, say, effective or giving the good results. The Siddhi Kalpa support is to be taken by the physicians, and they do the rest. So thank you very much. Though heartfelt, sincere thanks have been already extended to you by our respected Professor Vishnu Sharma ji, as he is native of your state, and always been your guide. So is Professor O.P.
She is
Gupta
my
ji.
student. She was my student. Now become colleague.
Definitely, and it always becomes a pleasure when a student sees his or her teacher in front of him and see that how they are without words giving all the greetings and well wishes for their upliftment. So she is lucky enough to presented her talk. Of course, Professor O.P. Gupta is also there to encourage her. So thank you very much. Now, as per the direction of Dr. Pawan Sharma ji, both the guest speakers completed their presentation. So our today's webinar platform is open for discussion. So in that regard,
Dr. Lakshmi also has explained JANAPADODHWAMSA very well, sir.
Right. For her presentation, I remarked just after her presentation. I also appreciate that both the ladies today, though the Charak Sangita or in our Ayurveda, ladies were not been included anywhere as a disciple or as a listener, but it's our independent India where we appreciate and the active participation, of course, in offices and teaching everywhere. So both the guest speakers are females today, and they played very well in reference to their presentation. Important.
Charak Shakti, sir.
चरक संगीता की शक्ति, चरक संगीता इतनी पावरफुल हो गई है कि उसकी शक्तियां जो हैं आसाम में हमारी कामाक्षाई की शक्ति से लेके और प्रसन्ना कॉलेज तक वो शक्ति ही शक्ति विराजमान है. ये शक्तियां नियंत्रण में रहे तो जनपदों ध्वंस नहीं होगा. If these powers will remain intact within themselves, सागर निज मर्यादा रहे ही. Tulsidas ji told that during the Ram Raj, all the oceans were within their limit and they were putting out the pearls and gems and all that. So these Shaktis are supposed to be channelized and kept together and made their direction to the positive manner. So this is what Pawan Sharma is doing. They are he is channelizing all the Shaktis from east to west, from north to south. That's why he's taking a full round everywhere. So our pleasure that both the Shakti presented their presentation, and now I request that both the guest speakers, please you remain up to the end, say 45 minutes more, so that if at all any query will be there or any suggestion will be there, so we would be able to communicate you, and we would also like to have feedback at the end. So please be remain, and your details might be there with our society. Otherwise, you can also put your details in a ID and say phone number, etc. So I will now going to start our discussion program, and I would like to, as per our tradition, we always respect our guest. So Dr. Tushita from Sri Lanka, she is, as per our studies request, she is very much with us, and she is present in our platform. So Dr. Tushita, if you are listening us, you please join the discussion and give some remarks and suggestions how you appreciate today's presentation of our guest speakers.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you. Please
Good evening
join.
for everybody, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I first of all I would like to thankful for everybody's in sirs in India, from India, because you are I think this type of program it is very valuable for us. Then there is a chance for joining for us also, because we also very happy to gain your means Indian professors and acharyas knowledge for us also, because we are studied from postgraduate studies from India. Those days we gain we gain very best knowledge from your Indian acharyas. Another thing is this from this program, I would like to appreciate Dr. Lakshmi's lecture from JANAPADODHWAMSA. These are very important topics and very, I think, valuable and suitable in these days for our world, because these days JANAPADODHWAMSA rogas spread in all over the world, and practically we can see what is the Acharya Charaka said, these Prajnaparada and these things we can practically gain from the world. In these days, though the technological improvements, advancement in this world, even in this parallel for that is technological advancement. Parallel of that, the pollution there all over the world. Though the people also, the technological, their brain development occurred, but they are used now. I think the instruments and technological computers, telephones, and these things are available in these days in our world. But though though they are technology advancement, according to that person's concept, but polluted. Not as earlier. Then these concepts and everybody's are very stressful, and air polluted and water polluted. And these days, we can see, we can in all over the world, not only the India, in our country also, we can see there are the causative factors available there. According to that, JANAPADODHWAMSA, practically we can understand what happened according to the Charakacharya. We can see the we can get experience also for that. Then Dr. Lakshmi nicely explained and related nowadays what are the causes of according to the technological advancement, what happened in this world, and what are the explained in Charakacharya, how we relate, and these things nicely explained Dr. Lakshmi. It's very nice, and I would like to appreciate and thankful to Dr. Lakshmi. And another lecture is from Dr. Neelakshi. Then she is also very nicely, and she compiled whatever the said in Charakacharya, the Panchakarma application for the patient. She is nicely explained the practical points also, and this how we apply for the prevention of the disease and curative side. And these things she nicely present in this, I think, program. I like to appreciate for her also. And now I like to ask from her what are the practical experience she prone to, when she is leading with a patient, if whatever the experience she got, and these things also if she shares with us, I appreciate for her also. And I like to thankful for everyone and Dr. Lakshmi and Dr. Neelakshi to present valuable lectures for us. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tushita ji. It's very good that you joined as per our appeal and request on yesterday. So, and your comments are very valuable. It means you listened both the person's address. Could you make any phone contact to Dr. Aryavansh?
Still not, because yesterday you told me, because today I am unable to contact him. Definitely I will contact him and tell your message for him.
No problem. Professor O.P. Gupta is with us from Guwahati, Assam, and Dr. Aravansha had been a very good friend of him since he was also from Kai Chikitsa. So it will be our pleasure whenever he will join, and we would like to have him as a guest speaker on any day. So thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much. Please continue joining our platform. It will always be helpful to us from as far as your comments are concerned. And since you had been here from postgraduate from NIA Jaipur, so you might be having a good pleasure to be joined with us. Moreover, one important thing that your country is also having some different geographical situation. In that way, the concept of JANAPADODHWAMSA might be very important as far as your country is concerned, because it is all around covered with the ocean. I think in that way it is very, very important that all the way tsunami and all that is always there. So the water is get polluted, the air is get polluted, and so population itself getting affected out of this sort of geophysical disturbances. So be careful, and also some other disturbances are there in your country, so be careful. Our good wishes are with you. Thank you. And now I would like to call our very respected Professor Dr. Pandeyji, our Premshankar Pandeyji, so that starting comments will go a long way from him. So please give your blessings to our today's presentation. Dr. Premshankar Pandeyji, you are with you? Yes, yes, you are. Yes, please. Namaskar, namaskar, sir.
नमस्कार। ओम भिषजाम साधुतानां भद्रमागमशालिनां अभ्यस्त कर्मणां भद्रं भद्रं भद्रा विलासिनां। आदरणीय आज के दोनों ही विद्वान वक्तागण, डॉक्टर अग्निहोत्री जी, डॉक्टर शर्मा जी, डॉक्टर दो शर्मा है आज हमारे पास, कल भी थे आज भी हैं, पवन शर्मा जी और डॉक्टर हमारे आसाम वाले शर्मा जी।
हाँ, विश्व शर्मा जी। एक और है डॉक्टर शिपी शर्मा जी भी हैं, एक और है।
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार। तो और भी जो लोग जुड़े हुए हैं इस हमारे तद्विद संभाषा परिषद में, सभी को नमस्कार। और जैसा कि आपने पहले ही कहा कि आज के दोनों ही जो संभाषा रही, बहुत अच्छे ढंग से दोनों ही लोगों ने, चाहे वो जनपदोध्वंस का प्रकरण हो, बड़े अच्छे ढंग से उन्होंने चरक ने क्या कहा, चरक का मंतव्य क्या था, उसको आगे हम कैसे उस पर अमल करें, और चरक के सिद्धांत जो मौलिक सिद्धांत है उनको, उनके बारे में जो डॉक्टर नीलाक्षी जी ने अपना वक्तव्य रखा, बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। और इससे ऐसा लगता है कि जो आप लोग जहाँ टीचिंग में हैं, इनके विद्यार्थियों को कितना लाभ हो रहा होगा। और मैं समझता हूँ कि इनके विद्यार्थियों को ये प्रेरणा लेनी चाहिए कि उनसे कितना लाभ उठा सकते हैं उनके ज्ञान का। और मैं समझता हूं कि बहुत ही अच्छा और बहुत ही अच्छे ढंग से समय की सीमा में, कम समय में कहते हैं गागर में सागर भर देने वाली जो कहावत है, उसको चरितार्थ किया दोनों लोगों ने। बड़ा अच्छा लगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद सर, नमस्कार। ये आपने बहुत अच्छी बात बताई कि आज के प्रेजेंटर्स ने समय सीमा का विशेष ख्याल रखा और कंसोलिडेटेड फॉर्म में सभी क्षेत्र को स्पर्श किया और काफी फ्लो के साथ में रखा। और मेन चीज यही रहती है, जब पीपीटी वगैरह में कई बार प्रॉब्लम होती है तो समझ ज्यादा खराब हो जाता है। हमारे साथ हमारे एक दूसरे दिन के कहना चाहिए गेस्ट स्पीकर प्रोफेसर रामदास जी हैं। वो अपना खुद का प्रेजेंटेशन तो बहुत ही सुपर्ब करके गई हैं। आज के में थोड़ा सा सिर्फ जनपदोध्वंस की जो इटमोलॉजिकल डेरिवेशन है, उसमें जो निष्पत्ति है, उस क्रम में उस जमाने में आचार्य चरक जी का और ये अग्निवेश जी का क्या कॉन्सेप्ट रहा होगा, इस पर अगर कोई चीज वो थोड़ा नया प्रकाश डालना चाहें तो हम आमंत्रित करते हैं कि उस एंगल से बताएं जो हम लोगों ने अभी तक उस एंगल से न देख पाया हो, कि जनपदोध्वंस को और वर्तमान के परिप्रेक्ष्य में, जबकि पूरा विश्व इतनी बड़ी महाव्याधि से होके गुजरा है कोविड-19 से। थोड़ा प्रोफेसर रामदास जी को हम इनवाइट करते हैं। आई वुड लाइक टू हैव टू लिसन फ्रॉम प्रोफेसर रामदास जी with a special reference to the Janapadodhwamsa from its etymological derivation and its importance in reference to the COVID-19 which took 2 years back. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Namaste, namaste, namaste. There are 3 words: Jana, Pada, Ud, Dvamsa. Janan padhyante yatra tad janapadam. That means the people generally join in one place, because the older society was a tribal type of society. They will settle in one place for a long time and they will study the environmental condition over there, the vastu condition over there. Accordingly, they will construct their house according to the which vada should not, purovada should not. So everything, the temple, everything will be built according to the vastu type of. Then the people join together in a mass area. It is not simply a village. When you call Janapada, it is larger area, it's just corporation. You can call it as corporation. Our present corporation is Janapada. Janaha padhyante yatra Janapada. Udhvamsayadi, udhvamsayadi. Udu Vasarga is always brings that it plucks out, actually. Plucks out. Not simply Dvamsa, plucks out. From the root, it is being destroyed. This is actually the word meaning of Janapada Udhvamsa. This generally happens, I told you, it is already the speakers told, it is because of the pollution of air and etc. But why the air is produced, why the water is produced, they did not tell. You go for Prajnavarada. There itself they are telling. Yuge yuge dharmavada kshiyate. They will tell. Charaka, in the same chapter he is telling that. Every yuga 1/4 of the dharma will automatically fall one because of the administrators. You see the beauty of the one. He is starting, Charaka himself is telling that it is because of the administrators. First, Raja is responsible for the destruction of dharma. This is what is the importance of Ramayana. There itself he is telling that also. You have to hear the stories that which on the gods, the great gods like Rama, etc. By that you can, Di Dhriti Smriti Vibramsha will not happen. Where there is Di Dhriti Smriti Vibramsha, there all you forget where you are staying, what is your connection with the Prakriti, you are lost. So there is the cost. So generally, once the Janapada Udhamsiniya comes, of course, you have to go for Shodhana because there is no other option. You have to clean it because already it is polluted. Shamana cannot do anything over there. It is one fact. But how can you stop it? It is very important. Janapada Udhamsiniya should not happen. For that, the basic cause is Di Dhriti Smriddhi Vibramsha should not happen. Dhi should be Nischayatmika. Nityasya nityam hidasya hidam iti yatra bhotaha tatra nischayah buddhihi, nischayatmikaha buddhi. You should find out nitya as nitya, anitya as anitya, hidam as hidam, ahidam as ahidam. You should not confuse ahidam as hidam and hidam as ahidam. That is what is very important for this century. For this century, for this time, it is very important. Either it is done by the politicians, or it is done by the religious people, or it is done by the people who are handling the sciences, whatever it may be. All these people should keep their Nishchayatmika Buddhi in the right way. Otherwise, whatever you find out, whatever be the Shodhana Prakriya you do, it keeps on happening. You see, so many COVID has come, not one COVID. So every day new COVIDs are coming. Why is it so? It is because Dharmachyuti. And Charaka and Chakravarti beautifully conclude that chapter with that only. The king is doing the dharma, adharma, it extends to the main officers, automatically it extends to the poor people who work under that officers. You see, it is not starting from the workers to the Raja, it is starting from the Raja to the workers. That is civics sense of Chakravarti and Charaka. They know that the main responsible person are the rulers. So they have to be first guided. You are not supposed to do this because it affects slowly up to the down. So bribe is not the main cause of the person who is giving. The bribe is promoted by the very higher official because you demand money from your juniors. Automatically he has to take the bribe. He troubles the people. 21st century, very important. For India, it is very, very important. Now you see, this is the condition. Your water is polluted. Your Agni is, your Udaga is polluted. Sorry, Desha is polluted. Kala is polluted. And Vayu is polluted. How it will not pollute? Because you want money. And you feel that you want to war with the other country. You are finding out new weapon I found out. That weapon I found out. This weapon I found out. You see, you burst it. What is happening over there? And you wanted to clean your Vayu. How you will clean? It is impossible, highly impossible. So this all to talk, it is very easy, but this is what is we have to think that where the non-violence has to be laid down. You cannot win anything by adharma. You may win temporarily, you may gain a lot, but gradually it will destroy. This education has to be given for the public if the Janapadodhwamsa niyam has to be stopped. So prevention is always better than cure. For Janapadodhwamsa niyam, prevention. This is beautifully concluded by Charaka and Chakravarti at the end of the chapter. We are all doctors, we think about clinics, all other things, but Chakravarti and Charaka is very clear. At the end of the chapter is concluded by Dharmapada. He is quoting Vyasa. Vyasa tells that 400 years the people lived in Krita Yuga. And next Yuga only 300. Next Yuga only 200. Kali Yuga it is only 100 is the lifespan. You see the 21st century of Kali Yuga is 35 years not there because right from 35, 40 years you are taking medicine to live up to 80 years, 70 years. Without medicine, the people cannot survive. That condition now we are in. It is because of the adharma only. It has to be stopped. That means the people has to really understand the value of the king, the royal great kings like Rama, etc., who live for the public, who lived simply for the public, not for their selfish purpose. This is what is from the Sanskrit point of view, from Charaka's Janapadodhwamsa niyam, concluding part I can say. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A very clear and very practical message sent by you. This is the really fact. The developmental project should not be planned in that manner where the established status of environment be disturbed. Especially
Sir, one more point I will tell you.
Yes,
In
where
olden
there
days,
is a population is there, it should not be made like that.
One more thing, sir. In olden days, when these people were living as the groups, because they were living like tribals, one Gotra. Okay, they do the harvesting only according to the soil demand. They will not harvest more than that soil. They will not extract more quality from the soil. They will always keep the soil as good quality because they know that if the quality is lost, you are lost. This is not the case now. We give too much fertility into it and grab all the properties of the soil and kill the soil. And how the Desha will be clean? They were not selfish. They were not for money. They were for the people, therefore for the Prakriti. This is also very clearly told in Vedic languages. And even in Yagashala, when you prepare, if you are cutting one tree, 4 trees you have to plant. Just imagine, to cut one tree, you have to plant 4 trees. So trees won't come reduced. You do the yaga. So this is all very important. We have to learn from our culture. My humble request to everybody. Namah Shivaya. Thank you.
Namaste. And in the same connection, it is also important just getting more and more crop. Use of spray over the prepared crop itself is also harmful and leading to the pollution to the air.
Sure,
The
sure.
same thing is happening.
Sure.
Because, and that ultimately inhaled by the persons, by the population. So these are so many ways and means by reaching the 21st century, we are completely depending. Oxygen we are carrying in the cylinder. Pure water we are taking from RO. We can't dare to have a good quantity of water from direct Ganges, because we see that it seems to be dirty. Not it is pious, but it is so naturally. This is all man-made problem. And Acharya Charaka has told so many decades back, we are supposed to be, as we are considered the intelligent persons, the Buddhijivi. So we are supposed to be instrumental to ward off all such type of shortcoming. And for that, your instruction to go for reading Ramayana is more than enough. If that will be done, Dhidati Smriti will not take place. A wonderful message from you, because dharma hani se janapado hota hai. Dharma hani se कुष्ठ रोग होता है. बहुत ऐसे etiology दी गई थी. We are supposed to observe the righteousness. That means righteousness. That is to be observed. We can save our life. We can save the life of others. Thank you so much for your wonderful suggestions in this regards. Now we have got, as we took one senior person, now I would like to have a call for Dr. Joy Ayurveda. He is joining as a Joy Ayurveda. If he is here, I would like to have some comment from him. And I would also go for Dr. Shri Kumar Konkale, if he is also there, along with our one very important person, Dr. Damkule Longkungje, if he is here, because it is already 10. So I think those who are interested to give some suggestions.
Dr. Shri Kumar is here, sir.
He is here. He is engineer.
Yes,
Shil Kumar.
video is open. Welcome, Dr. Shri Kumar. Welcome.
Welcome, sir. Aye.
Kindly unmute yourself.
Dr. Shri Kumar ji, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Can you hear, sir? Myself, Dr. Shri Kumar.
Namaskar ji. Thank you. Oh, namaskar.
Namaskar ji. I am Dr. Shri Kumar from Karnataka.
Okay, okay.
I am working as a professor in an Ayurvedic college in the Department of Anatomy, and
Right.
I am a practitioner also. I was very happy to hear this, a lot of things. Young doctor like Dr. Lakshmi, I know her well. She is our colleague also. She has taught our students very nicely. Here also she has presented very nicely in this younger age. She has presented very nicely. I'm congratulating her. At the same time, another madam also presented very nicely. As it is told in Ayurveda, in Charakacharya, Vimanasthana, we have to do Dana Dharma, etc. Here, in this context, the experienced doctors have shared their knowledge, that is giving Dana, or Vidya Dana is done. As it is told by Charakacharya, when Dana is done, this JANAPADODHWAMSA, etc. will be coming under control. When we know our Ayurvedic knowledge very well, we have to share it with other doctors also. They may be Ayurvedic or non-Ayurvedic. As it is told in our Charakacharya, Vimanasthana itself, I have told it already with my friends and etc. We have to do the Panchakarmia therapy or purification therapy at first and administer the medicine afterwards, as told by our Charaka Maharshi. But it is not practiced. We have tried in some cases and we have got very good result on doing Panchakarma. Afterwards, we administered all the Rasayana Chikitsa or other immunomodulating drugs. It is giving very good result. That is my personal experience. I am willing to share that personal experience here, and thanking you, each and everyone, who have gathered in this webinar meeting.
Thank you, Dr. Hish Kumar. It's a pleasure that I got some information from you, and please keep on joining on daily. Please put your phone number also in our chat box. You'll be having the daily's link for the daily webinar as we conduct webinar on daily basis. So thank you so much for your information. As you appreciated our both the two guest speakers, really they deserve the appreciation of all our big guys of our platform. Well, now I would like to invite one more person, Dr. Dhamkiya Longu Gumle, if he is here. I would like to listen something from his side. And again, if any person is interested to give some information, some input as a query or suggestion, he will be welcomed. And then I would like to have our respected Dr. Jagdishwar Domaji, because without his suggestions, hello, who is joining? I'm just
add them in broadcast list. I have given my phone number, sir.
Right. They can use the
Please send me message with Hariom. I don't know, but Hariom is great. Please send me. Thank you.
It will be our pleasure that how much persons are joining our society, this webinar.
Yes,
it becomes a lot information, because one new face, if he joins, he communicates so many information to his known near and dears. So in this way, the network becomes a larger one. Yesterday, it was our great pleasure that we were 93 at times. So that was a really miracle of our Dr. Bharatji from Bhopal. I had a good talk on phone today, and he told that all the 93% out of 90% out of 100 students joined, but they were not daring to speak from their side as a feedback or anything. So today, as we are getting late and it is already 10 past, so I invite Dr. Jagdishwar Domaji, respected sir, please come with some of your ideas on today's two topics. The one is pertaining to Panchakarma, Siddhi and Kalpa, and other one is on JANAPADODHWAMSA. So what your experience is there on these two topics, with a special reference to the commemoration of Maharshi Charak Jayanti Samaroh on 5th day. Namaskar. Adani Domaji is here. I think he was. So meanwhile, our persons, those who are already here, anybody who would like to enhance our knowledge with their suggestion or any queries, if it is persisting, it is most welcome. And meanwhile, I would like to say that both the speakers of today are here. So as a matter of feedback, I would like to have some information from them also. Dr. Neelakshi is very much visible as to. First of all, I would like to have some comments from her that on your presentation and on the presentation of your co-speaker, how you appreciate and what is your remarks as far as the feedback is concerned. Dr. Meenakshi, ma'am, namaskar. Please unmute.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed a very nice discussion with all. Dr. Lakshmi L's discussion was indeed very unique. She gave a very elaborate description, and she spoke very well on JANAPADODHWAMSA. The entire concept, as mentioned in Charak Samhita, was very clear with us. She brought everything in a very proper manner, like which is the dosh, what is the response. And it seemed as if she was bringing everything from the book. So it becomes very easy for a student to understand the principles of Janapadodhwamsa. She covered all aspects. It was very easy to understand. And moreover, the most important point was that she brought a comparison with modern science, meteorological. She included geographical aspect too. So that is also a very unique contribution. And it was very interesting. Actually, Janapadodhwamsa is very hard to understand, especially for students. So that chapter has been made very easy. And I thanks Agnihotri sir, thank Pawan Kumar Sharma sir for encouraging us and sharing your views. It was indeed very interesting. And it was really a tough chapter which Dr. Lakshmi presented, but it was made very simple and easy to understand.
Thank you. Thank you, Neelakshi ji.
Thank you, sir.
It's a pleasure that we see, and your teachers' pleasure that they all see growing you. You please, our well wishes are with you that you please go high and high. From where you did your post-graduation? From where did you?
I did post-graduation for Govt Ayurvedic College, Guwahati.
Guwahati itself.
Graduation also from this college.
So Dr. Deka is with you?
Deka means?
Swasthavatar.
Oh, Dhiren Deka, sir. Yeah, he's my senior, 1 year senior to me, sir.
Yeah. Okay, he was there in Meghalaya, in Shillong, in interview when I was expert.
Okay, sir. Sir, thank you so much.
He recognized very much. He is very close to me. Well, as I got information from you regarding Lakshmi Ji, so Dr. Lakshmi is also very much with us on today's platform. So Dr. Lakshmi, I invite you to please come with your feedback so that we all be benefited, that how you faced and appreciate today's webinar with others, your co-guest speakers speech also. Dr. Lakshmi, please.
Sir.
Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for giving me a chance to present like this, sir. Actually, this is my first webinar. I am thankful to Ramdas sir also. Sir is the only person who has introduced me to Pawan sir. I'm thankful to all the dignitaries, Pawan sir, and also to Dr. Neelakshi madam also. His presentation was also very nice. Almost all the unique concepts madam has told, and all the respective all the respective dignities. I am very thankful to you to hear such a good discussion regarding Ayurveda. And in this is a very good platform for good discussions. Happy to be part.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lakshmi. You keep on joining daily, and as you told that you are working there in Prasanna College, so they're in Bengaluru.
Sir.
Your Prasanna College is there in Bengaluru. Mangalore. So Dr. Prasanna, who is a surgeon from BHU, is he there or any connection?
No, sir. I actually
because I know one Dr. Prasanna from BHU. He was my junior from Shalla department. He did post-graduation in Shalla. Dr. Shiv Kumar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dr. Prasanna, he was 1 year junior than me during our UG. I did UG. He himself also did his UG at Udupi Ayurvedic College, now STM College of Ayurveda. And afterwards he did his BHU, and now he's working for Hassan, STM College Hassan.
Oh yes, Dr. Prasanna. In UP, Dr. Muralidhar Sharma was there.
Yes, he is my Guruji.
Professor Challa, he was my batchmate. He was my batchmate in BHU.
Okay, sir. Sharma ji is my Guruji. I am the first batch student of Sharma, sir.
Okay. And what about this other persons? Prasanna is now in Hassan.
Sir, you know ARV Murthy, Vatya Murthy.
Yes, ARV Murthy of Devaguna.
He is, not Devaguna, he is Manasroga, a PhD person. From
He's
BHU.
there in BHU. He is in BHU.
2 or
Yes,
3
yes,
years, sir. ARV Vatya Murthy. You may be recovering. You can recollect his name.
ARV Murthy, he is there in BHU nowadays, in Manasroga.
Now he said Bidar, sir. Karnataka,
Bidar.
Bidar.
One Murthy is there. He is a senior person in Kaya Chikitsa.
Yes,
there in Manas Roga. Yes. Okay, thank you so much.
Murthy is my classmate.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You please keep on joining so that we will be having a great network. Now, Dr. Lakshmi joined. She is a very young chap. I think she is a assistant professor. She has to go to long way. So, and experience apart from teaching, such webinar and conferences experience amount a lot. So we do hope that she will make a joining on daily basis. Thank you so much.
Sharma, sir.
And now,
1 minute, Sharma, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I came to Assam 2-3 times. Our R.L. Sharmaji is my close friend.
Yeah.
Sharmaji is my close friend. I come there as a resource person for Dravyaguna and Vaishya Kalpana department.
He is no principal.
At Guwahati, Assam.
R.L. Sharma. He is principal.
Yes, sir, yes. I am working for anatomy department now. I am postgraduate in anatomy, but I have huge experience in Dravyaguna and Vaishya Kalpana. I was teaching that one previously. So I come there.
Now,
thank you and see you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Shish Kumarji. Thank you so much. Yes. Now our discussion is completed. So I will again return back the platform to Dr. Pawan Kumar Sharmaji and like to wish the concluding remarks as the inaugurating remarks were made by Dr. Vishnu Prasad. So with the wish that Professor Vishnu Prasad also conclude today's webinar with the direction of Dr. Pawan Kumar Sharmaji. So over to Pawan Sharmaji. Thank you. Namaskar. Sharmaji, आप mute हैं.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Tomorrow I will be in Mathura and 2 webinars are there at a stretch. One is for natural textile because tomorrow is National Handloom Day.
Handloom Day.
So everybody will be talking, experts will be talking on natural textiles. And then from 8:30, we will be having Dr. Prayag Sethia for Charak Samhita. He is also conducting classes on Charak. So we will be having 2 experts there also and 5 experts in natural textile also. Please do join. Please, for new audience, I would like to request again, I have given my phone number in chat box. Please note it down and say something to me. So I will be enabling myself to add you in my broadcast list. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much.
I request Professor V. Sharma, sir, to please conclude with your concluding remarks of today's webinar.
Okay, thank you, V.K. Adnyanti, Pawan Kumar Sharma ji. So it was a very wonderful today's seminar. All the eminent speakers, they had delivered their speech very nicely. Most interesting subject. They have delivered the speech very nicely. So thank you once again to all. And I conclude that today's webinar is now finished. Stop. Thank you and good night to all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Namaskar. Namaskar. और सभी को शुभ रात्रि. Good night. Good night, Professor Amrati. Our guest speakers, our well wishes, our greetings to all our guest speakers and those who ornamented today's webinar. They are all our revered one, our respected to them also. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good night, sir.